You build, create and plan in a space of fear, not in a consciousness of love, so your defense positions of institutions that create and employ are always in a state of unraveling and disintegration. We share this because they drain you and your earth of energy, both spiritual and material. Fear always has to feed. Fear does not create itself. The fear we observe is difficult to understand. It depletes you of your focus on the original intent, and is a very secretive energy. Fear withholds love. This is most saddening to see and feel. How can you share understanding and love, when so many of you are withholding from self and each other? Please feel the words we as a race are trying to express to your race. One of your original intentions in creating your physical reality is the idea of creating and learning to manipulate and express yourselves through physicality using your consciousness. It is your consciousness that the isness has given you, and in fact all things that bear spirit. It is this gift that has been clouded, and most importantly, clouded by fear. This creation is completely irrational to whom all of you are. We have come to understand that withholding love only creates perpetual disintegration. We have discovered in our own galaxy the ruins of vast races, achieving recognition, that have ceased to exist. They destroyed themselves simply because they withheld love, and drained the very life force out of their intent, and imploded and destroyed their self-creation. The first projection of fear is denial, an emotion of incredible restriction. Denial and fear result in the complete opposite of the reality it claims to be. Fear is based, from our perspective, on a misunderstanding of one's own worth and security. We have discussed this amongst ourselves, about your race, and we have formed a perspective based on your history. Many of your religions have helped and hurt this process. Many of your world's beliefs have many convinced they are simple creatures of nature. Your science teaches that your physical form is a pool of chemicals thrown together by accident, so that you are all an accident, living meaningless lives of chance. You fear a God whom a book says is a loving God who will throw you into an abyss for making a mistake. Many on your world have come to understand that in your world fear, and the idea of fear, is your enemy. All of you struggle between understanding and fear, reason and fear. This struggle is in no way predetermined. Our perception is that this struggle will either lead your world to peace and responsibility, or to extinction as a race. This would grieve us. I would like to share something else with you. This is something by this CEOs, create another domain of knowing, communicating and being. In other words, the domain of generating your intent needs to be more distinct. Your physics, as you call it, is a good example of this calling forth. There have been men on your planet who have called for new domains of thinking that never before existed. They invented it, and they didn't fantasize about it. They didn't pretend. They literally created a new context for what you now call your physics. Your humanity is strong with these kinds of examples. No being, however, makes the distinction that this is what they are. I would like to give you an example. Your concept of human rights was something that did not exist. Uterans did not have any rights, only your kings and your priests had rights. So, the concept of human rights was created from nothing. You created language for it, you communicated it, and this communication had power, because it was full of intent. It has the power not only to represent and to invoke, but also to literally bring it into being. This is what your races need to do in order to clearly know yourselves, and transform the quality of your lives on your earth. Truth, on your planet, is a filtered experience, understood only through your personal belief systems or concepts. We have discovered that everyone on your world has a different truth, and there have been cultures of truth in every society and in every civilization. It has kept a continuum of light here on your planet. The truth is not told to everyone, because everyone, we feel, is not ready to hear it. There are some who have, and would take your truths and put them in a box and then keep their lives detached from it. The problem is that much of your mankind is taking these truths personally, instead of seeing it as an objective truth, or reality. They would take this truth and make it very egotistical, in order to glorify themselves and others. And, as we perceive, and through our own experience, truth is not meant for that at all. They would then create a religion or some kind of dogma again, something that they would remain detached from, yet glorify in the eyes of others. What does that sound like to you? Truth has nothing to do with your earth religions. The secret, wondrous nature of spirit has nothing to do with your religions. You're all multidimensional. Think that way. In order to think that way, you should turn the way you understand and perceive yourselves, and life, inside out, and make all of your belief systems abstract and not personal. Because of your personal attachments, you have cut yourselves off from universal knowledge. You have to have an objective mind to gain true knowledge. You have all cultivated the attitude of a subjective self. The isness does not, presently, live inside all of you, and if you won't conceive of, or believe in, your own divinity, how are you going to make the leap into the next levels? How are you going to attract and magnetize true unconditional respect and love to you, without thinking in this way? If you do not participate, you're only a spectator. You will not participate in the plan for growth and evolution in our galaxy, and most importantly, not truly experience it yourself. They're really wise, and there is a lot of wisdom here, on our planet. Everyone has it, and I don't know why it is not being taught. Common sense. Now, the word warrior originally meant one who is not afraid of being